Well, good morning, everyone, here at Pecan Hill Farms on a nice, cool, cloudy morning. Uh, as you saw in the last video, the house project is done, and now I am getting ready to start working on this garden. I've neglected it for about since June, I guess, June through 1st of December, and got things got to take care of. But one thing you might see that I've done since the house project was over, about the first thing I did, number one, I went through and just got rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, I was beginning to be a hoarder. I had, more screwdrivers than any human being needed and all sorts of things. I went through, and I put about 30 contractor big 40-gallon bags of stuff out of my shop, my garage, and I just got it down to things that I actually use. And so it's been that took me a couple of weeks of getting rid of stuff, putting stuff out to the curb. I don't really want to overburden these trash guys. I got a tough job, and so I just try to limit to 4 or 5 bags each time they came by. And they come by twice a week here in Pecan Hill, so I got that done. I'll show you here in a second that I did one thing I've been meaning to do. You can kind of see by the picture if you look up over my head. I finally insulated the top of this shop. I've had the walls insulated since I built it. I've never did the top, and boy, does that make a difference. I have a little heater in here that I keep about 60 degrees. It comes on and off. But I would come in here in the mornings and that little heater would be running like crazy and it'd still be cool in here. I do that just to keep my paint from freezing and all my chemicals. My fertilizers, my organic type fertilizers and stuff I have in here. I don't know how, if they freeze and, whatever, I don't know how that would harm them. So if I can, in the winter, if I can keep it in here about 50 degrees or so at night, I think that makes a difference. But anyway, since I insulated it, I come in here in the mornings and it's nice and warm. So this insulation is making a difference. There was a workbench that was at the house that I remodeled. My son was going to take it, but he decided not to. So I took it and stuck it into the shop here, incorporated it into my shop. So I'm really happy about that. I'll show you that here in a second. But we'll take a little tour around and see what's going on. I've already started trimming back rose bushes and stuff and giving them all a nice big haircut because they had just gotten, really, it was starting to look like a jungle. So anyway, let me stop this and I'll come back and start showing you some of the things I've done around here. Okay, here we are. Now, I'll show you this bench here. This was over at the other house that I remodeled. The guy that used to live over there and made cabinets. I guess this was his workbench he used to put his miter saw on. It really came in handy when I was over there working on that house, and I decided to bring it over here. I cut out a section of my bench that went across the wall here, and I just set this in here. It's really handy. I've got all my drills, drivers, and nailers, and sanders all in here, and it had a couple of drawers here that I've put my stuff in. Down here, everything's here within reach. Everything I usually use a lot is right here. I can just go ahead and just touch it, grab it when I want it, and put my miter saw up there. And this was part of it right here, and so it just works out fantastic. So then I moved around and moved some stuff around and got my bandsaw up over here and just tried to rearrange things, make it look a little nicer. And I know there's a lot of paint there. I mean, I used to be in the furniture business, and so I went through and got rid of the paint that was all dried up or no good anymore. But I still have a lot of paint left over. And so anyway, but there's my insulation I put up here on the ceiling. Did that a couple weeks ago after I got done with that house. And it's about the cheapest way I could do it. It really helps trap the warm air in here. And so it has been fantastic so far. But we'll see what happens when summer comes. I put some styrofoam on the ends here to help that. I mean, I was looking at spray foaming, but that was going to end up being about $500–600 if I did it myself. And so I didn't want to spend that much, so I just went with this insulation. Hopefully I did it right. I'll get the benefits of it this summer for sure. That's the hardest part because it's usually so hot. It gets so hot in here. I do have an air conditioner there, but it really can't keep up. So anyway, hopefully I got my wall of stuff here. I moved my drawers out, cleaned my drawers out, hung up what I could. And then this big cabinet here I got from a friend of mine. I just try to make an electrical cabinet, screws, stuff for furniture, hardware. Up top here we got more stuff, clamps and doorknobs, just all this kind of stuff that over time I use. But I got this thing finally, my sandpaper and stuff, finally got it more organized, plumbing. So anyway, so that's really been a good deal, and hopefully it'll be a little more efficient for me and my family. When I'm no longer here, they will be able to get rid of this stuff easier now they got it organized. But here we are, we're out. Had a good pecan harvest this year. They're all over the place. And we've got a lot of them. So I'll be doing that pretty soon, trying to shell those things. But anyway, here you can see I cut back the rose bushes. I really tried to go through here and clean this place up, make it a little more presentable. Got rid of the blue chest I had out here. My wife said that it didn't, it was seen its time. So we took care and got rid of that. And then over here, I know it looks really different. I come through here and really trim back these rose bushes big time. I mean, they were starting to where you couldn't even see the windows or anything. So that crepe myrtle there, I just may go ahead and dig him up. That wasn't really a great place to plant one when I did it, but sometimes you do things and then later on you say, geez, that wasn't too smart. But that was one of them. One thing kind of interesting here is that I let some romaine lettuce earlier in the year go to seed, and they've started sprouting up. There's a couple there that have sprouted up. I got one in the yard here by Santa. He sprouted up. Let's see, I just saw one. There's another one there coming up. It's amazing how these plants, they will survive. I mean, they're gonna, if they can, they're gonna spread their seed. Then clear across here, oh, I don't know, a good 75 feet from where I planted. I had it growing last spring, early spring. There's another one sprouted up. So now if my wife needs any salad, we'll just walk out here in the yard and get some. So, but one thing that happened that I regret is that when I was working on the house, I wasn't paying attention. This Bermuda grass jumped over the border I had here and is invaded in this courtyard. You can see it down there. And oh, it's a mess. I try to dig around. You can see I've dug around here. I'm trying to figure out what to do. You know, I got different options. So I went through here and I dug out all my, I had some daylilies planted along here, and I've dug them out and moved them and transplanted them to another area. And so my options are, number one, I could spray grass killer down there this spring and try to take care of it. That's kind of a no-no nowadays. I could maybe put black plastic down and try to kill it that way. Or I could, and what I did is I dug up a comfrey plant, dug up some of the roots, and I planted along here. So as I've got comfrey around there, hopefully, if it works, it'll spring up around here, this area along this border, and it will keep that, help keep that Bermuda grass from coming across. We'll see how that works. I may still have to use black plastic to try to keep it down, but or to kill it. But that's what we're going to try. That's what we're going to experiment, see if that works. But everything along here is I got to come in and dig up some weeds, and of course right there in my planting bed there, I'm going to leave it set for this winter, then probably early, maybe February, I'll start planting some, maybe some broccoli or maybe onions. I don't know. We'll use it though. And so everything is pretty good shape here. And then we come around to the front of the house. I had some grass, some kind of a grass type plant here, and the Bermuda grass jumped over and got in the middle of it, and it just, so I just dug it out, and I'm going to have to deal with this right here. I probably may put black plastic down there or something, try to kill that grass out. But let's go on over to the garden area, and it's I let my chickens out in here. A little sad. I had a little sad news. A month or two ago, within a couple of days, I lost 4 chickens and 4 ducks. All I can think is coyotes were passing through or something, but they just in the middle of the day. You know, I think I went to lunch one day with Teresa, and we got back. I had 4 ducks missing and 2 of them all bloody. But anyway, so I had to move them into the side yard. But I'm letting the chickens out here in this little area here, garden area, let them try to find some bugs and help me out there. But you can see it's kind of got overgrown. My asparagus, I need to go ahead and cut that back. But it looks pretty ratty right now, doesn't it? But I'm gonna have to get in here. I gotta go ahead and take that bale of hay over there and spread it around. It's just a safe haven for mice and stuff now. It's the compost pile. I mean, I poured so much stuff into that compost pile, and it's getting smaller and smaller, so it's working. And hopefully I'll have some good compost come out of that this spring. Leaves have fallen off my peach and pear trees. Right through here, this bed here is, as you can tell, it's getting over. The peach trees are starting to encroach, and the blackberries are encroaching, and so I'll probably abandon this, clean it up, and then just abandon it, and not try to plant here anymore because it's just too much competition for light right here. blackberries here. Man, I had a lot of good blackberries this year. Hopefully I have as many this next year. You can see one of my Seminole pumpkins grew clear into the blackberry patch right there. Those finally came on at the end of the year. I guess the key to those Seminole pumpkins is just don't plant them too soon. Let it get hot before you put them out. The comfrey has grown up good all around the border of the beds here. And over here on the other side, see how it's grown around? It's done real good. That'll help keep that, keep those weeds from, grasses from encroaching. This bed here I'm going to keep, even though I do have a little competition here. It's not as bad, and so I will go through here and clean this out and replant this year. My little German plum tree made it. There it is. It's about the only thing that's kept its leaves right there besides the comfrey. So it said, hey man, we're from Germany, we're used to being cold. This doesn't bother us at all. So hopefully next year I'll have, it'll keep growing. So now let's go down to where my new planting bed's gonna be. See how the blackberries took off this year? I mean, doggone it, I didn't even do much to help them. And they did pretty good. These are mostly, well, some of them I ordered, but most of them I think along here is ones that I just transplanted over from the other blackberry bushes. So right down this row, I'm going to clear this out. And I'm going to plant right down through here. It's about 60 feet, 70 feet. Hopefully it will I just keep the blackberries off of it, and this will be our new planting bed. So that's a thing I have to get ready for. It's been basically under mulch for a couple years now, under mulch or under hay for a couple years. So it'll be interesting to see what the soil's like underneath. I still have a small thing of chips over there I can use here and there, but I just got to go through and clean all this up. I'll let some weeds get in here and get it all cleaned up. I got these trees here. Hopefully we'll have some peaches on these. I do maybe have some borer issues down there though I'll have to deal with. That's another thing I didn't notice down there at the base. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, a lot of work to be done. Got to figure out what I'm going to do with my chickens and ducks because they can't stay on the side yard. Next year I'm going to have to redesign my fence or put in a better fence or whatever, because man, that's pretty devastating. You get home and all of a sudden you see ducks running around all bloodied up and your chicken's gone, and my goodness, it must have been more than one. Must have been a pack of them. So I've got to deal with that. So a lot to be done. Need to get that house sold, but at least I don't have to go over there every day and work on it. So you're going to see a lot of videos, I believe, unless something happens, of me in here trying to get this garden in shape. I'll show you one thing my chickens love. That's goji berry leaves. That's no goji berry plant there. They've just about picked all the leaves off of it. They love those goji berries and the leaves. And they're in here digging up for me, going to work. That's what I want. I want them to get in there and dig this up, pick off bugs. There you go, going for those berries and those leaves. They love those leaves, goji berry leaves. So anyway, that's it. Hope y'all have a wonderful Christmas. It's coming up. Merry Christmas to everybody. And I'll see if I can get another video out before Christmas. And we'll start getting this place back into shape. Y'all have a wonderful time, and Merry Christmas.